Mm. Shalom, Israel, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Hawashai. And this video is going to be a very, very important video for brothers and sisters that maybe just learn about the Hebrew Israelites, learn about their nationality, learn about their heritage, and they don't really know what to expect when they trying to come into this truth. Cause we always once in a lot of brothers and sisters' shoes. We first heard about the truth. We hopped on everything. We listened to everybody. We didn't question nothing. What I'm saying? We just went with people that had fringes on that said Shalom. But it's a video basically to help brothers and sisters basically to know what to expect when they come into the truth, because this is real, man. This is not no religion like Christianity. This ain't like Islam. What I'm saying? Ain't none of that. This is your heritage. And this is who you are according to the Bible. And you're gonna have some people, what I'm saying, that may seem like they somebody when they not. That's what everything. So I wrote down a couple things basically that I was thinking about to bring out in the video to help brothers and sisters to basically prepare for this truth. Prepare, because you're gonna see a lot of things. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that you're gonna witness, man, that you may have never thought that you was gonna witness when you first came into this truth. Cause like I said, when you first come into this truth, it's like, bruh, you ain't worrying about no, is this person doctrine right? Is this person doctrine right? You just soaking it all in because you happy to be Israelite. You happy to find out Christ a black man. So there's just some things I want to knock out to let brothers and sisters basically know so they can be prepared for these things, man, because a lot of us didn't know these things when we first came into the truth. We kind of just hopped into this thing, but we didn't know what all came with this truth, what all we was gonna see, what all we was gonna hear, and things like that. So far, before I get into the video, shout out to my beautiful, lovely Rhea. She gonna do the reading for me, and you can say shalom. I don't know if she can say shalom. You can say shalom.
Shalom.
She over there blushing. God, man.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. I gotta shout the Rhea about, man. She definitely helps with the reading. She helps big time with the reading. So all praise to the Most High for her. So first, we're finna get into the first one that came to my mind. It's no order, it ain't no order how I put these things down when I wrote them, but I was just sitting down thinking, and basically I put myself in brothers and sisters' shoes. Like, what would I tell a brother or sister that's first coming to this truth to expect? What would I tell them? And I wrote down a couple things. The first one, don't believe every soul. That's the first one. Don't believe every soul. Like I was saying earlier, you come into this truth, you listen to about 5 or 6 different teachers because they got knowledge and understanding. You know what I'm saying? They sound smart. Oh, you like how you bring it out. You like how that person, read. But don't believe every soul, man. Because everybody is not who they say they is. But can you give me 1 John 4:1? Everybody is not who they say they is. That's number one.
First John 4:1. Beloved, believe not. Sorry, I'm gonna switch it to the standard. Sorry.
Take your time, you good.
Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are going out into the world.
Right, so you gotta try a person's spirit, man. You have a lot of brothers and sisters, like how a brother teach. And when a brother go off or they kind of see a brother do something that's questionable, they let it slide because, oh man, he bring it out so mighty. His beard so long. Without him, I wouldn't be in this truth. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people let stuff slide, man. Don't believe every soul. When you come into this truth, when you brothers and sisters, when you first in your mind be like, man, I'm finna I'm finna keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. I'm finna start keeping these commandments. You can't teach yourself. You know what I'm saying? The scripture say you must be taught. Roughly paraphrasing, you must be taught. You know what I'm saying, by a man. But you gotta make sure that man got the Holy Spirit on him, though, man. There's a lot of brothers that sound good with their words, but they don't really got the Holy Spirit. And when you come into when you be in this truth long enough, you will see that certain stuff I didn't see when I first came into this truth because I was a so-called babe and still am. You know what I'm saying? I was a babe to the point where, I was drinking the milk. I was just getting understanding. I didn't really know much. So I was just going, listening to just anybody and everybody. But now it's like I'm kind of growing. I'm kind of getting to the meat now. And it's like I'm processing more, just like a baby. When you have a baby, you can't give the baby meat right away. You got to give her milk. You got to start her off with the milk. And a lot of brothers and sisters come into this truth and start off with the milk, and they don't really have no understanding of the meat. But when you have understanding of the meat, you'll realize that you'll start seeing more. You know what I'm saying? Your discernment will increase. Your discernment of certain things will increase to the point where you'll be like, hold up. The brother said this, but he moving like this. So a lot of things be questionable. So this, hello,
You broke up a little bit, baby.
you hear me?
Con, I can hear you now.
Okay, con. So basically what I was saying was, don't believe every soul, man. You know what I'm saying? Come into this truth. Try brother's spirit. See if brothers really what they saying, how they moving. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really prove brothers in this thing. You have to really prove brothers and just see how they move, man. And see if they words matching up to how they actually acting and how they actually moving in
No,
this thing.
baby.
Huh? What you said?
You broke up again. You broke up again,
You can hear
love.
me now? You can hear me now?
Con,
I'm finna come back and come. I'm
con.
finna leave. I'm finna leave and come back in.
Okay.
Con. You hear me now?
Mhm.
Okay, all praises. So yeah, that's the first one, man. Brothers and sisters, don't believe every soul. Just because a brother can bring it out mighty, he know 1,000 precepts off the top of his head. He know he bringing this out. You like how he bringing out that camp. Try that brother spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? Try the brother spirit. Don't just hop on everything and just believe it because it sound good, right? Because just like with any so-called movement, I should say, it always was a person or a group of people that was agents or people that wasn't really about it, that was sellouts, right? You had the same thing and it's truth, and we know this truth is real. This Bible, us being Israelites, is 100% real. So with that, gonna come sellouts, people that ain't really being sincere, people that's really snakes in the grass. So you can't really listen. You can't listen to a lot of people, man. That's why the spirit of discernment come in. That will grow once you be in this truth long enough, and you'll start seeing different things, right? So that's the first one. Don't believe every soul. Number two, doctrine. Doctrine, man. Doctrine is a big thing, and you have a lot of brothers and sisters coming or first coming to this truth. They listen to 5 or 6 different people. You have 5 different brothers that got different doctrines, and they kind of soaking it all in. Now they kind of don't know what the well. He's saying the Sabbath, Saturday. This brother saying the Sabbath day is on. But you keep the Sabbath by the moon. This brother saying I don't have to wear fringes every day. This brother tell me I have to wear fringes every day. Hey, man, I would say this: find brothers that you gotta when you watching. Cause a lot of us came into this truth by watching videos, by watching camp videos. You know what I'm saying? Or brothers bringing it out on the highways and byways. Find camps that bear witness to your spirit. Because a lot of camps may not bear witness to your spirit, and that's okay. You might listen to a camp and be like, hold on, I'm not really feeling it. It don't really fit my spirit. But then you might listen to this brothers right here and be like, okay, yeah, man, okay, I like that. Hey, keep listening to them brothers. Soak in what they saying. Make sure it's in the scriptures. Make sure they saying thus says the Lord, and stay with them brothers. Don't try to go to 5 or 6 different camps You know what I'm saying? You just listening to them. Now you kind of confused because you went to all these different camps and they got different doctrines. You know what I'm saying? We know that Yahweh Shai is going to the cause you got some brothers that believe the Sabbath day is the seventh day. On Saturday. You got some brothers believe it's by the new moon or by the moon. That's gonna be clarified when Yahweh Shai come back. It's gonna be clarified when he come back because nobody got the 100% truth. Period. When you just realize, brothers and sisters, nobody had the 100% truth. So if a camp say, "Oh, I got 100%," this no camp had 100% truth. We have enough truth that the Most High God allowed us to have. That's why Yahweh Shai gonna allow us to get on one accord. You know what I'm saying? This truth is the 100%. This truth, us being the Israelites in this Bible, is 100% true. But us, man, in general, don't have all the answers. We don't know all. We don't know everything. We just fleshly men. You know what I'm saying? We know enough to get the kingdom of heaven. We know enough to keep the Sabbath day. We know enough to keep the feast days. We know enough to know who our enemy is according to the Bible. We know enough to know what we got to do to get the kingdom of heaven. We know that. We all agree that we have to keep the commandments, right? And we all agree that we have enemies in this thing, man. We all agree that these other nations that put us in slavery have to pay for what they did. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? So just because the doctrines may be off a little bit, go to what bears. Go to what your spirit. What I'm trying to say. Go to what your spirit bear witness to. You know what I'm saying? Your spirit might not bear witness to this camp or this camp, but it might be this one or these two camps or these three camps that you may be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? They believe in the same thing. They might kind of might be a little thing different, like how they keep their new moon, you know. But as far as them keeping the Sabbath, they keep the same day, right? They wear their fringes, you know what I'm saying? They got the same breakdowns. You like how the teacher teach, you know what I'm saying? They saying thus says the Lord. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But just make sure when you first come into this truth, you don't want to go with everything that sound good. You know what I'm saying? You going to you got five, you watching 7 to 8 different camps. Now they teaching 7 different things. Now you kind of confused. Like, I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to believe him. I don't know who to believe him. Go to that camp that your spirit bear witness to. Listen to that camp that your spirit bear witness to, man. Everybody got a camp that they listen to that bear rule to their spirit the most. Everybody got a camp that they listen to if they watch camps. Everybody got a camp that they listen to. It may be that one or two camps that be like, okay, I agree with them brothers, you know. That make sense to me. You know, I feel comfortable when I'm listening to these brothers. My spirit don't get kind of vexed. I know these brothers saying, "Thus says the Lord." Hey, you know, so can you give me 1 Timothy 4:13?
Han, I just
Yeah, the precept.
yes, I did.
You can bring it out.
This is Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So the spirit bear witness that we are the children of the Most High God. So if you listen to something, man, just like how we first came into this, how we first heard about we being Israelites, how we first heard that Christ was a black man, when we first heard about Deuteronomy 28, our spirit bear witness. We're like, dang, bro, oh my God, I need to tell this person, I need to tell this person, I need to tell this person. Wow, you posting on, I was turned when I first heard about the truth, bro. I was going absolutely crazy. I was trying to put Edomites in slavery in school, man. I told that boy to bow down. I told that boy he gonna be my servant in the kingdom of heaven. I was going crazy, telling them pick stuff up for me. You know, I was that excited when I heard about this because you don't really hear nothing about this. Telling everybody I know, right? At the lunch table teaching. I don't even know that much. All I know is I'm an Israelite and Christ a black man. In Deuteronomy 28. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the table. People are surrounded around me. You got some people listening, some people saying I'm tripping, leaving the table. I was going crazy through the spirit at lunch, man. Like, and I was in high school. One time I was in high school when I first heard about the truth. It was my sophomore year in high school, and I was looking at still watching brothers WFI. Before there was WFI, it was Adam Abbott. That was the Naquan, you know, and they had plenty of brothers that's not there no more. I'm gonna get into that. That's gonna be on the list. But I was really watching. I think Naquan was the first. Adam Abbott. That was the first channel I came across, and I was like, dang, but them brothers mighty, them brothers young. I'm like, dang, they bring them. They come with the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Cutting up Esau. Like, who is Esau? He Esau, calling the devil. Because I already kind of knew when I first came into this truth. I already knew something was up. I knew that we was the greatest people. I knew the white man was the devil, but I didn't know what to follow. I was going to church, not that much. Sometimes I didn't know what to believe, but then when I first heard this, I'm like, bro, this is the truth, bro. Lined up with the scriptures, bro, this is the truth. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us was like that. Your spirit bear witness, and you Israelite. The Most High called you. You didn't call the Most High called you into this truth. You know? So, Khan, can you give me 1 Timothy 4:13?
Come. 1 Timothy 4:13, and it reads, "Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine."
So he said, till he come, give attendance to reading, exhortation, and doctrine. We got to make sure your doctrine is on point, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that your doctrine or people that you listen to, make sure that they doctrine don't have no holes in it. You know what I'm saying? That's they don't have no holes in it through the spirit. Right? That's what we got. That's what the scripture said. We got to make sure that our doctrine right, especially when Christians want to come, want to try to cut you up, want to debate. You got to make sure our doctrine is on point, man. Just for those reasons, because our job is to defend the faith. Us being Israelites, we got to defend our book. We got to defend the faith. We got to defend the Most High God. You know. So number 2 was doctrine. And Ben, if you come up with anyone's too during the video, just swing me a text. I said swing me a text. Just text my phone, and then I'll bring it out if I miss something that you may have thought I should have said.
Okay, baby.
Con. But the third one is you will not be on fire 24/7. That's facts. What I mean by being on fire is you not gonna be always excited like you first was when I first came into this truth, bro. It was like I was on fire, like, cause you gotta think about it. You ain't getting tempted like that yet. When you first come into this truth, you don't even know nothing about Satan. You don't even know nothing about you gonna be tried through the fire. All you trying to do is get some more information, taking notes. You watching videos all throughout the day. You ain't getting no sleep at all. You waking up watching videos. You going to sleep with your notepad in your hand. Just give me more. I need to know more. You watching all different videos. Esau getting cut up. You watching how it's 12 gates to the kingdom of heaven. Like, you on fire. You don't know that feeling of going through trials and tribulations yet. But brothers and sisters, let me get this precept, baby. Sirach 2:1. And it's something I didn't know I had to find out. And I remember my first time getting tempted. And like I said, when I was in high school, I was going crazy. Letting our people know who the Israelites. I was teaching, not even knowing what I didn't even know everything. My first time getting tempted was the Most High put that spirit on me to question this truth. So I'm like, dang. Out of nowhere, I just woke up. I thought I was kind of like, dang, what's going on? Is this truth really real? What if I'm not an Israelite?
Oh
What?
man.
Huh?
I said, oh man.
Yeah, I was like, what if I'm in the class? Now, remind you, I had history class before I was in history. I mean, before I started getting tried, I was in history listening to the teacher. I'm like, man, this madness, man. This ain't real. They're teaching us about their history. This ain't real. Then I was in there, like, I was questioning, like, is this history real? I'm looking at my hands and be like, am I an Edomite? I could be an Edomite. Am I really an Israelite? And I was constantly up all night trying to get that zeal back. I was up, like, I was like, dang, what's going on with me, man? Like, I can't stay up no more. Like, I'm not watching video like that no more. I'm fighting. I want to, but I can't get into it no more like I was. And then eventually, a few days, a few weeks down the line, I eventually came back to it. I was being back on fire, but the most I had to try me. He tried me, and I wasn't used to that. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, dang, bro, am I tripping, bro? I know this the truth. I know it, but I don't know what's going on. The most I had to try me. That's what brothers and sisters got to understand when they first come into this truth. When brothers and sisters, when you have in your mind that you trying to serve Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, as an Israelite, you're gonna be tempted. Everything gonna seem smooth at first. Everything's gonna seem smooth at first. Like you ain't gonna be going through nothing. But eventually that temptation gonna come, man, because the Lord gotta try you. The Lord gotta see if you really down with him. Are you really down? Are you really strong, right? Do you really want to know more? Or you just in this truth to say that you're an Israelite and leave? But you got it.
Come, my son, if thou come and serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So the Lord basically letting us know, man. Like, the Lord basically letting us know, hey, if you come and serve the Lord, right? If you truly be like, man, I'm gonna separate from my old ways. I ain't smoking no more. I ain't drinking no more. I ain't committing fornication no more. Hey, man, the scripture said, hey, prepare your soul for temptation. It's gonna come in this truth, right? Because the Lord gotta try you like gold, and Satan gonna come at you because Satan gonna see, right. You a threat now to Satan, because when you was in the world, when you was just doing whatever you want to do, you was already in Satan's hands. He didn't have to mess with you. But now when you come into this truth and realize that you're an Israelite, you a threat to Satan now. So he gonna try everything that he can to get you back out this truth and go back to what you was doing before you heard you was an Israelite. That's what he gonna do. That's what the Lord said. Prepare your soul for temptation. Go ahead and have it in your mind. Now, this truth is a beautiful thing. Now, I'm not trying to scare nobody and be like, man, damn, I don't want to do that. I might go to Islam. I don't got to go through none of that. No, this is why you go through. This is why you got to go through the trial and tribulation, because it's the truth. It's real. It's a spiritual battle, right? So don't think when you come into this truth that you're gonna be on fire 24/7. And it's okay if you're not on fire. You're not gonna be on fire 24. Nobody, not even your favorite teacher that you watch, nobody is on fire 24/7. It's good to try to be on fire 24/7, right? Don't settle. It's good to try to be on fire 24/7, on fire for the Most High God, right? Reading, fasting, praying. But we know that everybody go through a season, like the scriptures say. Everybody go through a season. You might be going through a season where, like I was when I first came into the truth, I was going through that season of me being on fire, right? But when I've been in it, when I started being in this truth more and more, it was times where like I was going through a season of me kind of trying to be on fire, trying to fight. I was fighting. Maybe go through a season when you falling, trying to get up, but you keep falling. Everybody go through seasons, man. So don't think when you come into this truth, it's just gonna be a cakewalk to the kingdom of heaven. That's what I thought. When I first came into this truth, I thought it was gonna be a cakewalk to the. I ain't gonna even lie. I thought it was gonna be a cakewalk to the kingdom of heaven. I thought I was gonna walk my happy, but into the kingdom of heaven, not going through nothing. I thought everything I was going through was gonna disappear. Okay, now I'm in this truth. Okay, that's gonna be sweet. I ain't gonna have to go through nothing. I'm be happy I'm feel like Esau. Yeah, you coming to this truth, you kind of feeling like Esau, man. Esau, they wake up happy. They make their coffee happy. They leave the house happy. They happy all throughout that day. That's how you be when you first come into this truth. And I'm not when I say that's how you be when you first came into this truth, we know we still happy in this truth. You don't get 2 years in this truth and get sad. Oh, I'm tired of being an Israelite. You shouldn't. But everybody know that first time how they felt when they first came into this truth, man. That's how I bet all brothers and sisters pray and want to have that zeal back like they had when they first came into this truth. It was nothing like that. That zeal was nothing like it was nothing like that zeal when you first came into this truth. Nothing. Right? Because you find out you Israelite. You find out all the lies that the white man told you. And it was nothing like that, man. Right? So, brothers and sisters, just prepare yourself for temptation. Prepare yourself. He's trying to change your old ways. Satan gonna try to pull you back. Right? That like just say you want brothers. Just say you wanted a female, right? She wasn't trying to give you no time of day when you was doing wickedness. But when you come into this truth, Satan gonna tempt you. He gonna allow that female to come try to talk to you now. But she ain't want to talk to you when that's Satan. Just say you used to smoke weed. Then when you come into this truth and be like, man, I'm done smoking weed. You might have the plug give you some weed for free. Try to give you weed for free. Like, hold up, bro, you ain't never give me weed for free. That's Satan. That's Satan. Satan gonna try to come at you like that, man. Satan gonna try to have you questioning this truth. But stay strong. Don't give in when they get tough. You know what I'm saying? Be patient. But can you get that precept when you change to a lower state? Be patient when you change to a. I'm on.
Come on, verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient without change to a lower state. You said get the precept like you went in the same chapter.
It's a lot. Man, so he said, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. So, brothers and sisters, whatever is brought upon you that you may be going through when you getting tried, to see if the Lord to see if the Lord see you acceptable in his truth. Take it with cheerfully and be patient. The Bible says be patient when you change to a lower state. So, brothers and sisters, you might be changed to a lower state. The Lord might, you might, before you came into this truth, you had a lot of money. But now when you come into this truth, it's like you ain't making as much money as you used to because you can't work on the Sabbath day. You can't work on the feast days. So all that money that you was making when you were breaking the Sabbath, you ain't making that no more. You ain't making as much money as you used to. But be patient when you change to a lower state because the Most High God gonna always look out. He always gonna look out for his people, man. Verse 5, it said, "For
I can read
gold
it,
is."
baby.
Huh?
I can read it.
Oh, go ahead.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity.
So he said, "For gold is tried in the," like I was saying. How do you know when gold? When you have gold? How do people know if that gold real or not? They put it through the fire. So we worth more than gold. We the Israelites. We are worth more than gold. So the Lord gonna try you through that fire, through that temptation, through that adversity. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. He gonna try us through that to make us stronger. You know what I'm saying? To make us stronger and more better in this truth. So, brothers and sisters, when you come into this truth, when you first hear your Israelite, boom, boom, taking notes, just know that you're not going to always be on fire. You're not going to always be taking notes. Like, you're not going to always stay up all night. You're not going to always, you know what I'm saying, read 10 chapters like you did when you first came to the truth. It's not going to always be like that. Salakia. My rib said something I thought about. One of the reasons we go through the fire sometimes is because the Lord sees something in us. He sees us acceptable, as the script say. He want to see if we worthy of the kingdom. Oh yeah, John, get that John 15:2. That's a mighty point. The reason why the Most High called you in this truth because He's seen something in you. The reason why you going through the temptations, the reason why you start battling, the Lord allowed these, allow Satan to tempt you was because He's seen something in you. How you gonna ever better yourself? How you gonna ever grow in this truth if you don't go through trials and tribulations? How are you gonna truly say I'm stronger in this truth if you never went through nothing? If it's just a cakewalk to the kingdom of heaven, how is the Lord? How are you gonna grow in this truth? How you gonna increase? How?
You're not.
You're not. That's why the Lord. That's why the so-called white man, his day go perfect. He happy every day. The Lord ain't dealing with him. The Lord not dealing with him. The so-called white man, they wake up happy. They love America. They
They
love
love
this
it. Like,
country.
they got it good, man.
They got it good. They living good. They like it. They not getting Esau ain't getting tempted.
Mm-mm.
Even when you get into the story of Jacob and Esau, right? The Most High God never disciplined. The Most High God never disciplined Esau. He never disciplined Esau, but he disciplined Jacob though. But he didn't never discipline Esau. He don't care about Esau. That's just like with a child. If you love your child, you're gonna discipline your child. You're gonna whoop your child. If you truly love your child. But if you don't love your child, you're gonna allow your child to do whatever they want to do, when they want to do it, and how they want to do it, and you're not gonna do nothing about it if you don't love your child. But we are the Most High God's children. So He loves us. So He's gonna try us through that temptation. He's gonna try us through that fire. But you got it.
Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. And can I get the definition of purge?
Mm-hmm.
Purge means rid something of an unwanted quality, remove, get rid of, clear out, sweep out.
Right.
Pretty much
So the
it.
Most High basically gonna get rid of you, like cut your neck off. It's over with. He's gonna get rid of you. Every branch in me that bears not fruit. So brothers and sisters don't really know what fruit is when they first come into this truth. But somewhere down the line, brothers, you're gonna bear fruit. You're gonna find out what your talent is. When you first come into the truth, you don't really know that. But when you first come into this truth, I mean, when you a little bit down the line in this truth, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna start trying to figure out what's my talents. What can I do to serve the Most High God? What can I do to put my brick in? My first thing I was doing passing out flyers. That's the first thing I ever did before I made a video. Wait, I know I made a video. First thing I did was I made a video, and then I kind of started passing out flyers because I want to put my brick in for the Most High God. So brothers gonna realize what they, and sisters too. You know, sisters when they first come into this truth, they don't know what can I do for the Lord. I'm just a Israelite woman. I don't. What can I do? I don't know what to do. But you will increase in this truth to the point where you might start sewing, making garments, cooking, making edifying videos for sisters. You might start decorating for feast days. That's you putting your brick in. That's you putting your brick in. So every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Wait, I said that. Did I say that wrong?
You say what wrong?
About purge. I think I used the definition wrong. You said it meant what?
It's basically meant to cleanse you, to remove unwanted qualities.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. I said that right, con. But basically, he gonna so like con yeah. So yeah, I kind of said that when I used it first just a minute ago. I said that right, but I said it in the wrong way. So yeah, he basically gonna cleanse you in a sense. He gonna cleanse you um to bring more fruit. But if you're not bringing fruit, you're gonna get cut off. Like if you see a tree, if you see a tree right, a dry tree with no fruit on it, it's just look dead. It's dying. You got no fruit on it, no leaves. It's dying. But that tree that's alive, you know what I'm saying, that's growing fruit, that's that tree that you want. And it's gonna bring more fruit. You're gonna be better. You're gonna be better. You're gonna grow in this thing. So that one was brothers and sisters, you're not gonna be on fire 24/7 when you come into this truth. You know, it's not gonna happen. It's not. We all want to be on fire 24. If we all could be on fire 24/7 for the Most High God, we would do it. Trust me, we would do it. But we in this flesh, man. So sometimes your flesh may win. If that wasn't the case of you falling down sometimes, Proverbs 24:16 wouldn't be in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna fall sometimes, but get back up. And your goal should be to stay on fire. Even though you may fall. Our goal is to be, I want to stay on fire for the Most High God. Because if you have that mindset, you're going to eventually get back on fire when you fall short. Right? So that was the third one. You would not be on fire 24/7 for brothers and sisters that's coming into this truth. Verse 4, I mean, my bad. Number 4, getting married would not cure lust. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters, when they first come into this truth, I want to, because maybe in the world that they used to being a whoremonger, so they come into this truth and they looking for a wife, and then brothers like, I'm looking for a wife, man. They lusting like, I need a woman, man. I'm battling lust. I need a woman. Or a sister, man. I need a man. I'm battling lust. I need a man. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna help. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You know, just because you come into this truth and you get married, that's not going. You still gonna battle lust. Satan not gonna let up. You still gonna battle lust, right? So that's just something that brothers and sisters got to know too. Marriage is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High love. What's that precept? Sirach 25. Yeah, I think it's Sirach 25:1. A man and a woman that agree together.
Sirach 25:1. Sirach 25:1. And it reads, "In three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before Yahweh and men, the unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, and a man and wife that agree together."
Right. So it's nothing wrong with having will get married. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not gonna you're gonna still have to battle lust, man. Cause guess what? We still in this flesh. Right? It don't matter if brothers get 2 wives, 3 wives to try to cure that lust. Guess what? You not gonna it's not gonna help. Look at King Solomon. You don't think I'm led to believe King Solomon got all those wives because he thought that was gonna help his lust. He always wanted more. I want this one. Then he got her. I want this one. That ain't enough. I want her. This ain't. She pretty. This ain't enough. Just like with people with money, these rappers with money or people in general with money, it's never enough. If you truly, you know what I'm saying, people worship money, so they always gonna want more. They always gonna want more. They ain't gonna be able to sleep without it. All right, but you got it.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers Yahweh will judge.
Right. See that? Marriage is honorable in the bed undefiled, but homemongers and adulterers, Yahweh will judge, right? So just keep that in mind, brothers and sisters, because that'd be the first thing. Well, one of the first things brothers and sisters want when they first come into this truth, because they think that that's gonna help them with lust, but it's not. You know, you still gonna have to battle. That don't mean that you love. That don't mean that you don't love your significant other, but you still gonna have to battle, man. You're gonna battle every day. You're gonna battle regardless. Everybody, even though brothers maybe battling some different things, but you still gonna battle in this truth. Still gonna battle in this truth, right? So don't think when what that precept what Paul said, if you burning, it's better to burn. I mean, it's better to marry than to burn. Paul said that.
1 Corinthians 7:8. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide, even as I. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn.
You can put on the screen, babe.
It's not on the screen.
But scroll down. I think you might have scrolled. I see Hebrews 13:4. Oh, now you move. There you go. Can you reread it?
I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide, even as I. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn.
Right. So Paul, like, man, he will wish that every brother and sister was like him, unmarried. Paul wasn't married. He didn't have a wife. He said, but if they cannot contain, meaning like you kind of like, man, I need a wife. Like I'm struggling right now, kind of burning right now. Let them marry, for it's better to marry than to burn. So Paul, like, man, marry then. Marry then. It's better to marry, you know what I'm saying, to burn in your lust. So when you have a woman, when you have a wife, you know, it's better to have a wife because, you know, she with you. You know, y'all one flesh. That's you. You know what I'm saying? So you won't have to be just sitting there, you know, you watching websites now because you don't got a woman, or, you know, you just lusting, like just sitting there lusting at the women. But a lot of brothers think now they got a wife, now I'm not gonna lust ever again. I'm not gonna think about a woman ever again. I'm not gonna lust after a man ever again. That's what people think because I'm married. That's what a lot of people think. That's why a lot of marriages don't last because they think that's gonna cure that lust. No, you gotta keep the Most High within your marriage, bro. You gotta keep the Most High God within your marriage. That's the only person that's gonna be able to help. If you keep the Most High God within your marriage, bro, it's gonna be tough for Satan to allow you to lust. It is, but don't think. Say it one more time. Don't think when you come into this truth that you're not. If you get married, you're not gonna lust no more. You're going to. You gotta rebuke those thoughts though. Thoughts gonna come into your mind because we are in this nasty, wicked flesh. So your eyes might see, your eyes might like what it see. You might think about something, but that's when you gotta rebuke. You gotta rebuke those thoughts. You gotta rebuke. You have to turn your eyes. Job said he made a covenant with his eyes. He turned his eyes. He put his head down. Sometimes you gotta do that. Especially where we at now in Babylon the Great. You got women dressing half naked. You know what I'm saying? Men walk out the house with no shirt on. You know what I'm saying? But you got it.
For shorts. I made a covenant with my eyes. Why then should I think upon a maid?
I made a covenant with my eyes. Why then should I think upon the maid? So Job said, man, he made a covenant with his eyes. So he ain't even really, he seen a woman. Nope. Know what I'm saying? She walking with her husband. He seen her. Nope. She half naked. Nope. That's how we gotta be in this thing, bro. You know, so that was the fourth one. Getting married will not cure lust. It won't. Period. Right? And when you first come into this truth, don't let that be the first thing that you're thinking about is getting ahead or getting a wife. Focus on seeking the Most High, man. That's a good point. Even my word said, even if she not married or not half naked, still don't want to be staring upon a woman. That's good. That's a good point. It's definitely, you definitely make sure that you're not doing that because even though you never know if that woman could have a head at home, and you lusting after her, you undressing her with with your clothes. It's a difference. It's a difference between you seeing a woman and being like, you know, okay, she pretty. But you see a woman and you start undressing her with your eyes, like, oh man, like, shoot, I need her. You thinking about it, think about sleeping with her, thinking about taking to your car. You undressing her in your head. That's off. But you got that precept? What I said, precept?
What precept, babe?
I didn't say that precept. Damn, I thought I might have didn't say that precept. Or I might have had some, but you had to text me.
You just want to get into your next point.
Seek first the kingdom and everything will be added unto you.
Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Right, man. So seek first the kingdom of the Most High God, and all your desires, everything that you want will be added unto you. But first, when you first come into this truth, and even still, when we've been in this truth, we still gotta seek first the kingdom of Yahweh every single day, and all your desires, everything that you want will be added unto you.
Come on, bring it out.
Come on.
That was it?
No, I got some more.
Oh, okay.
I just had a brain fart, you know how it be. But the fifth one. Now this is a big one. This is a big one that a lot of us didn't think would happen. A lot of us didn't know about. We first came into this truth. We were so excited to tell people. We thought they was gonna understand, like we did. Nah. Number 5, you will lose loved ones, and everybody will not understand you. That'd be the hard pill to swallow. When you first come into this truth, right? Just know you're gonna lose loved ones. Maybe not all of them. I'm not saying all of them, but you're gonna lose loved ones. You're gonna have people not understand you because it's not for everybody. This truth, because think about it, it's not for everybody. So a lot of your family members, they deep into Christianity, they deep into holidays. So if you in this truth and you tell your grandma, because I remember when I first came to the truth, I was telling everybody. I thought they was gonna understand like I did. I'm telling my people we Israelites. People like Israelites. Now we Gentile. I'm like, what you talking about? I'm showing people Deuteronomy 28th chapter. They couldn't understand it. They couldn't, understand what was going on. I'm like, how you don't know this is talking about us? How you don't see this talking about us? I'm telling people, showing people in the Bible that Christ's a black man. Nah, color don't matter. He's an Arab. He's Middle Eastern. He's all colors. What's going on? How they don't understand like I did? It's easy. It's right here in the book. Gotta realize it's not for everybody. What's that precept? I think it's Isaiah.
What precept, man?
Ah, uh, I think it's Matthew 13. Is it Matthew 13 and 15?
What is it going to?
When it was going to how for the people heart is wax gross.
That's Matthew's. I want to say 13. Yeah. Yes, Matthew's 13 and 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their ears, and hear with their ears, see with their eyes, like it, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
Is that the one? Keep going. Verse 16.
But blessed are your ears, for they see, and your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
Matter of fact, go to 17. My bad. Yeah.
For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye have not seen, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them.
Right. So basically, you're gonna have people, because this truth is not for everybody. And I want to get this verse too to prove that it's a spiritual seal on the Bible, man. You can't see it, but that's why you have Can you give me Daniel 12 and hold on. Can you give me Isaiah 29:11 and Daniel 12 and 4? So it's this Bible have a seal on it. It have a spiritual seal on it. That's why it be so much different understanding, and people can't really understand the Bible because it have a spiritual seal on it. It's not for everybody. It ain't even for all our people. So when you come and tell our people that they Israelites and they kind of like scratching their head, and when you tell our people not to celebrate Christmas, they like, hey, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do because they don't have. It's not for them. It may not be for them because the Bible said 2/3 of our people gonna be destroyed. So if they don't understand it, it's not for them. It's not for everybody. We be out there on the highways and byways bringing the word out, and we try to break we try to break the scriptures out. I mean, we try to break the scriptures down as simple as possible so a 5-year-old can understand it. But you have people still don't understand it because it's not for them. It's not. But you got that seal on it. It's just on their mind. But you got it.
But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Right. So we know it's a seal on this thing, right? So can you give me Isaiah 29:11?
Do you want me to start at verse 10?
Ooh. Yeah, you can start at 10. I had another precept after that. You can start at 10.
Or do you want me to start at verse 8?
Yeah, you start at 8.
I mean 9, so like a 9.
Either one.
Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, hath he covered. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray. Then he said, I cannot, for it is sealed.
Right. So people can't really understand the Bible because it's sealed. Only a certain number of people will understand this Bible. That's why so many different religions, right? That's why so many different understandings, right? Because they don't. It's a seal on this book, man. And the Lord put a lot of our people are in deep sleep. They drunk of the wine of Babylon, right? They basically converted to this society. They got comfortable with this society. They're in deep sleep. That's why you know how some people say, "Come out the matrix." You need to come out the matrix. It's a lot of our people in the matrix, man. You know what I'm saying? They're just going throughout their day. Everything the so-called white man tell them to do, they gonna do it. Keep Christmas, they keep Christmas. Wear a mask, they wear a mask. Break the Sabbath day, they break the Sabbath day. They in the matrix. So they in deep sleep. So a lot of your family members and your friends is not gonna understand you. They're gonna think you. Let's see. You hear me now? You hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
I was saying a lot of people, a lot of your family members and a lot of your friends, they're gonna think you crazy. They ain't gonna mess with you no more. They're gonna be like you weird. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, oh, he's a weirdo. That's how they gonna be, man, because you're gonna be different. You're gonna be different. And a lot of your family members, you might lose family members. They might not want to deal with you no more because you don't come over to grandma's house for Christmas, because we know Christmas wicked, but they want you to come over. So you're gonna lose loved ones in this thing, friends that you may was close with, and that's okay. Cause you will gain some. You will lose friends, you'll lose family, and your actual family, or maybe even not even your actual people that you may know, you may lose them. But when you come into this truth, you'll gain more. You'll gain people that's keeping the commandments and on the same page as you. But you will, you're gonna have people think that you crazy. Well, what is he talking about? What is she talking about with the Israelites? She's crazy. She don't keep Christmas, she's crazy. She's losing it. She don't work on the Sabbath. She don't work on Saturdays. She tripping. Why she want to come over for Thanksgiving no more? She hate us? People might start hating you. But that's part of what we signed up for. We signed up for this. What's that scripture? Yahweh Shai said, take up that cross and follow me.
I'm right here.
See that? Bring it out.
Let's start at verse 34. Think not that I come to send, is Matthew chapter 10. Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I'm come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my name's sake shall find it. I don't think that's the one you wanted to. Hold on. Is this Luke 9:23? Take up your cross and follow me.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew 16:24. Then said Yahweh unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
So Yahweh Shai basically saying, if you want to follow me, take up your cross. Hey, basically count the cost, right? Leave your family members. Hey, you had brothers, the brothers, Yahweh Shai had called to follow him. They had jobs. They had certain things they had to do. They had families. His disciples that he called, They had family. A lot of them had jobs, but yet they dropped that to follow him. How much more us? We gotta drop. We gotta leave that. Hey, you have family members that hate what you're doing. Hey, you gotta count the cost. Take your cross, whatever come with it, deal with it, and follow the Most High God. All the friends that you lost, deal with it. Take the cross and follow the Most High God, man. Right? Because they in darkness. They don't understand what's going on. They don't understand that they're gonna die if they don't repent. But the Lord gave you the opportunity to know that. He gave you the opportunity to understand that. So take up your cross and whatever come with it, deal with it. Right? So you would lose loved ones that everybody would not understand you. So can you give me Luke 14:26? It's a beautiful thing, man, because Yahweh Shai, who the world called Jesus Christ, everybody didn't understand him. They thought he was crazy. They thought he was healing people from the name through the name of Beelzebub. They thought he wasn't the Messiah, right? So we're gonna get the same treatment if we're gonna be called followers of Christ. But you got it.
If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yet in his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
So he said, if any man come to me and hate, not it's not talking about you hate your parents to the point where you want to kill them. You want to cut their throat. He ain't talking about that. He talking about hate in the sense of basically denying them for him. If your parents tell you, hey, come over to grandma's house and celebrate Christmas. Come over, grandma cooking a big turkey for Thanksgiving. You gotta be to the point where it's like, no, I'm not. Basically, you got to put the Most High God above your family, above your mother, above your wife, if she said that, above your children, if they try to get you to go off. You got to hate your own life. It ain't about you when you come into this truth. It's about the Most High God. You is a servant of Yahweh Shai. You is a prisoner of Yahweh Shai. Right? You got to do whatever he say. You should want to do whatever his will be. You know? So can you give me John 15:18-19? So you're going to lose love. So don't be surprised when you come into this truth and your best friend be like, you weird. You ain't the same no more. You ain't the same John. You ain't the same Ray Ray like you used to be. You ain't the same Jamisha like you used to be. You know, you don't come out and party with us no more. You don't drink no more. You weird. People going to say that. It's going to come. People going, especially when you had a lot of friends or when you used to know a lot of people and they see that change within you, it's going to be different. So they're going to look at you as weird, not knowing that they the weird ones though. They the weird ones, but you set apart from this world. When you keep these commandments, you are completely different. You're not down with what this world say. You're not down with this society. You are, you know what I'm saying? And you stand out like a sore thumb. So people going to look at you like, dang, she don't drink. You say you don't smoke, you weird, bro. They gonna look at you like that because you different than everybody else in what this world say to do or allow you to do. You different. You like, I don't get down with that. You ain't down with homosexuality, right? So you got that precept. Oh, you got it.
If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world will love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you.
See
Remember the
that?
word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they'll keep yours also.
Right. So that's going to taking up our cross and following Yahweh Shai. We drinking of that same cup that he drank of, man. When we come into this truth, we basically saying we down for whatever that Yahweh Shai want us to do. Whatever Yahweh Shai went through, we down to go through it. That's what we go. That's what we saying. When we turn from our wicked ways and start keeping these commandments, we basically saying that we down, basically for whatever for the Most High God. He said, if you were of this world, the world would love his own. So if you was of this, like before you came into this truth, your friends loved you, your family loved you when you was smoking weed. They loved you when you was getting drunk, rolling the blunt up. They love you because you was of this world. So he said, but because you are not of the world, meaning that now you come into this truth, you're not of this world no more. You don't do the things that everybody do. You against it. but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. So the Bible said, because Yahweh Bashim Shah, he chose you to come into this truth. He chose you to keep the commandments. So now the world hates you because you different than them. You are light, they're in darkness. Right? That's just like, no, yeah, I didn't say that. But yeah, then you in light and they're in darkness. So they gonna hate you. They don't want to see that. They're just like a vampire. You know, so-called vampires, when it's dark time, when that light come on, when that sun come out, they That's how they be when you come around. And you might have people start acting funny around you or hating you for no reason. They used to dap you up when they see you. Now when you start keeping the commandments, they acting funny. They don't want to dap you up no more. They don't even smile no more. They look the other way. You know what I'm saying? Because them demons on them understand that you are the light. Right? So that's facts. You will lose loved ones and everybody will not understand you in this truth. Everybody not gonna understand you. Even if you break it down as simple as a third grader can understand, they're not gonna understand because it's a seal on this book, man. But you can't let that stop you. You can't leave this truth because people don't understand you or because you hate it. That what comes with it. It's gonna get even worse soon. But you can't leave this truth because if you leave this truth, there's nothing here for you. There's nothing there for you but death. You know that when you was in the world, you weren't doing nothing but killing yourself. So if you leave this truth and go back to the world, you got nothing but, a death sentence waiting for you. Right? So just endure. Endure that. The Most High will give you more family, right? More friends, and they're just keeping the commandments. That's what happened. You lose friends, you gain more. You lose family, you gain more family. Even if they're not blood. You know what I'm saying? It's still family. Verse 6. I keep saying verse. So number 6, I got 2 more. Number 6 would be a lot of people will not stay in this truth. That's facts. A lot of people will not be in this truth so just say you come into this truth and you may know some brothers and sisters that you might start talking to some brothers and sisters. They may be the first people you talk to, and then you start increasing. You know what I'm saying? You start finding out about other people. Everybody not gonna stand the truth, man. And that's something I had realized. Like when I first came into the truth, I didn't know I didn't know nothing about falling out the truth. I didn't know nothing about the Lord blowing out people candlestick. I didn't know that. I just thought when you come into the truth, you can't go back in the world. Like, how can you go back in the world if you hear about this good news? But the Lord blow a lot of people candlestick out. So it may be certain people that you may see in the truth when you first come in that may fall out and go back into the world. Because they was never sealed in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? They never was rooted. So don't be surprised when you may come into this truth and you maybe see people with fringes on and they making videos, and all of a sudden, like a few months down the line, they going back, you see them smoking a blunt. They fell out the truth. You have people fall out the truth. Can you give me Revelation 3:16? You will have people fall out the truth and go back into the world, start doing the old things they used to do. That's what's gonna come with. That's what we have to pray that don't happen to us. We got to pray that the Lord don't. I'm gonna show you. Don't take that Holy Spirit away from us. But you got it. You can start at 15.
I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I will thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of your mouth, out of my mouth. So I can.
Right. So he give me Psalms 51 verse 11. So basically, the Lord gonna be blowing a lot of people candlestick out, because our candlestick, basically what he's saying is he gonna kill a lot of people, man. A lot of people gonna go back into the world. They're gonna go back to their vomit, to the old things they used to do, because they wasn't rooted in this truth. So you're gonna see that, brothers and sisters, when you come into this truth, everybody that you see with fringes on, or you may be watching on YouTube, some people not gonna always be there. So don't be, and that's why it goes into being this truth. Don't be in this truth because somebody else in this truth. Don't be in this truth because your friend in the truth, or you made a friend, or you only going out and laboring because this person go out and labor. Don't be like that, because they can follow the truth, and you don't want to depend on them. If they follow the truth, what you gonna do then? And they was never really in the truth. If a person fall out the truth and go back into the world, they was never in the truth to begin with, right? They was never in the truth to begin with, not for the long run. So don't be in this truth because somebody. Don't say that you're an Israelite or keep the commandments because your mama keeping it. Don't keep the commandments because your cousin keeping it, or your brother, or your wife. Do it because you want the kingdom, because they can easily fall out the truth. So then what you gonna do then? If the Lord blow their candlestick out and they go back into the world, 9 times out of 10, if you in this truth because of them, you gonna go back into the world. You gonna start doing what they was doing. You see what I'm saying? And we can't be like that. You can hear me?
I can now. You cut out a little bit.
Con. You can get that 11.
Con, cast me not away from thy presence and take not the Holy Spirit from me.
Right. So the Bible said that's a prayer that King David, a mighty brother, prayed. Cast me not away from thy presence and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. So that's a prayer that we have to pray. Lord, don't take your Holy Spirit from me, because he can do it. We just read that he can blow your candlestick out. He can have you going back into the world, have you bugged out. You used to wear fringes. You don't even wear your fringes no more. You used to keep the Sabbath day. Now you buying and working on the Sabbath day.
You was breaking
Sisters
up,
used to wear
babe.
dresses. You hear me now?
You're breaking up. Say something. Can you hear me now? Let's see.
Con. So what I was saying was, yeah, man, like the Lord can really blow your candlestick out, and we seen that when we just read that, how he can blow your candlestick out. You might have brothers that used to wear fringes, now they don't wear fringes no more. Brothers that used to keep the Sabbath day, they don't even keep the Sabbath day no more. Sisters used to wear dresses, now they back in the world wearing pants. That's how the Lord can have you like that. So King David prayed this prayer so the Lord won't blow his candlestick out, and that he won't go back into the world, because there's nothing in that world but death. So just for number 6 was, a lot of people will not stand this truth. A lot of people not gonna stand this truth, man. Just because brothers and sisters know they're Israelites, that's not it. You have to keep the commandments. You have to pray that you don't get your candlestick took away. Because it may be people that you may see in this truth right now, but they might not be here next month or next year. But you can't give up because they ain't in here no more. Because your favorite teacher fall out the truth. That don't mean that you fall out the truth. Because we're not doing this for man. We're doing this for the Most High God. So just don't be surprised when things like this happen, when people used to be in the truth, or a favorite person or one of your favorite readers fall out the truth. Don't be surprised, because the Lord said this was going to happen. So, number 7, everybody's talents different. Don't try to be like the next brother. So brothers, sisters too, but I'm mainly talking to the brothers. Everybody have different talents, and you will understand that down the line. Everybody have different talents. Find out what your talent is and rock with it. You might not be a teacher, brother. Don't try to be something that you're not. You don't have to be a teacher in this truth. It's different parts of the body. Can you give me 1 Corinthians 12 and 14 through 26 whenever you can? It's different parts of the body. Everybody have different talents. You might have brothers that can read. Brothers can bring it out. Brothers may be good at holding posts. Brothers may be good at editing videos, making music for the nation, or making poems, making skits, right? Every brother have different talents. So don't be looking at a brother and be like, man, I want to be just like that brother. Now you practicing how to talk like him, how to teach like him. No. Teach like yourself. Be like yourself. Find out your talents. Your talent might be different than that brother's talent. That brother that you may be watching, he might only got one talent. And you might got three talents, but you too busy paying attention to his talents and what's on his plate. You ain't even trying to focus on your talents and what you got on your plate. But you got it.
Where do you want me to start?
1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 14 through 26.
For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? If the whole were hearing, where were the smelling? But now hath Yahweh set the members, every one of them, in the body as it hath pleased him. And if they were all one member, where were the body? But now are they many members, yet but one body? And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. For our comely parts have no need, but Yahweh have tempered the body together, having given more abundant honor to that part which lacked, that there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care one for another. And whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it, or one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it. Now you are the body of Yahweh Shah, and members in particular.
Right. So you have different parts of the body. Everybody's talent is different. Just like when you look at your body, your hands is different from your arms, or your hands is different from your feet, but they still make up your body. They still made. They still unique in their own ways. Like you need your hands to pick up things. You can't pick up stuff with your feet, but you can walk with your feet. You know what I'm saying? You need your eyes and your nose different, but they still are part of the body. They still help the body. You know what I'm saying? The same way. You need your nose to smell, right? But you need your eyes different from your nose, but you still need your eyes to see. But it still make up the body. So the same thing with us being servants of Yahweh Shai. We have different talents, different things that we can do, but it still make up the body of Yahweh Shai. We still doing it for him. So brothers, sisters, don't look at other people's talents be like, I gotta be like this person. I got to. No, be yourself. Find out what your talent is and rock with it. Don't try to mimic other brothers' talent, because that might not be your talent. That's why you look funny doing it. Because that's not you. That's not your talent. That's that brother talent, but it may not be your talent. You know what I'm saying? So find out what you can do to benefit the nation and do that. You know what I'm saying? And the last one is don't give up. Number 8 is don't give up. You can't give up in this truth, bro. It don't matter how hard it get. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. It don't matter how hard it get, how stressful it get. Do not give up it in this truth. Because Satan might have it in your mind to start thinking about how you used to be in the world. It was so much easier when I was in the world, when I was smoking blunts, when I was fornicating. It was so easy. But now I come into this truth, I can't do that stuff no more. It's hard. Don't give up, man. Right? Don't give up. Let me get that. I'm gonna get this precept, the ending precept. Matter of fact, babe, I'm gonna let you choose the ending precept. Any ending precept, but don't give up. Any ending precept you got, I'm gonna let you put it. It's a reward at the end.
That's tricky because there's so many. But can I get
So
two?
many, huh?
Can I get two?
Make it 3 for completion.
Three for okay, bet. All right, the first one, second Ezra 70:42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak.
Right. So this present life is not the end. We understand that it's something greater to come. We understand that it's something bigger, something greater to come. This right here, man, this ain't nothing. We ain't seen nothing yet. It's something to come. So we have to make sure that we continue to endure. Continue to endure this walk. It may be hard, it may get tough, but it's worth it. Anything easy, you don't want it. You shouldn't want nothing easy because it ain't gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be working. It's gonna be terrible. You should want something worth fighting for. How you know it's gonna be good, but you got it.
Mm.
What's a lot of
Oh, shoot, it's the brain fart. Something in. Hold on. 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing.
con, man, con. So you gotta keep fighting this good fight. Keep running the race. Cause the Lord when you get to that finish line, the Lord gonna have something waiting on you. You don't want to go back into the world. Like you halfway here, and then you stop and go back and look back. Now you got nothing but death waiting on you. You might well keep moving forward because it's a reward. That kingdom of heaven is really right here. The Lord really trying to give it to you, but you got to continue to fight. Continue to put this flesh in submission, and continue to move forward. Right. So the last one. Dun, dun, dun.
Actually, can I get two more? I'm sorry.
Come on.
I was saying, okay. And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not.
Right. That's going back to that patience I was saying earlier. Be patient. For in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So you come into this truth. It may seem like everything going bad. You struggling. You never struggled like this before. Be patient. The Bible said you will reap if you faint not. Don't faint. Don't get weary. Don't lose faith. Don't go back to the world. Keep pushing towards the mark, and the Lord will reward you. You will be straight, bruh. You will be straight. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You will be straight. Come on. Next piece up.
And last but not least, can I get a drum roll, please? That was a poo-poo drum roll.
Right. I got one here.
God, throw it away. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. And he actually, hold on. I'm just gonna get this whole chapter. It's only 6 verses. Psalms 126. When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. Then said they among the heathen, the Lord have done great things for them. The Lord have done great things for us, whereof we are glad. Turn again our captivity, O Lord, as the streams in the south. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. And he that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him.
Man, so you cry, you sow in tears, you're gonna reap in joy. You sincere in this thing, you're gonna reap in joy. The Lord gonna make sure you straight. What's the point of turning up right now just to die later on? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you want to go through this fire right now, the trial and tribulation, and then be straight later on instead of turning up right now and then crying later on? Man, we gotta keep going, bro. Brothers and sisters, keep going. Don't give up no matter how hard it get. Do not leave this truth for nothing. Nothing. Don't leave this truth, because if you leave this truth, it's gonna be death. You're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? So just continue to press towards that mark. Lord willing, this video was edifying, man. And if it's on my spirit, I might come with a part 2, because I know it's probably more. But this video is like an hour, 18 minutes long. So I ain't want it to be too long. But Lord willing, is edifying the brothers and sisters. Lord willing, you took notes. Lord willing, you remember what I said through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. These are things that you have to prepare your spirit for, to just prepare your soul for, man, when you come into this truth. Because it ain't going to be just a cakewalk. You have to fight in this thing, man. So put on that whole armor of Yahweh Shema Shai and just keep pressing towards that mark and do not look back. So with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai. And I say Shalom. Kwame Shalom.
Shalom.